Rachel.
Hey Jay, how's it going?
Going great. Are you excited for this draft?
I am so excited for this NFL-inspired draft honoring these 32 women empowerment icons.
Since it is the centennial year, there's no better year to celebrate them. So would you like to kick it off?
Yeah, let's go to our first person in Cincinnati.
With the first pick in the 2020 draft, Cincinnati honors Doris Day. She was born in Cincinnati and was an accomplished singer and movie star, with highlights including the 1945 hit song Sentimental Journey, and she also won an Academy Award nomination for the film Pillow Talk with Rock Hudson. She was also a lifelong animal welfare activist, and she was the person that initiated World Spay Day, which is the last Tuesday of February. And in 2004, she was also awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. I'm Gina Levitt. I'm a senior communications major here, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
With the second pick in the 2020 draft, Washington, D.C. honors Clara Barton. With no professional medical training, Clara served as a Civil War nurse in D.C. and developed her talent for acquiring and organizing supplies. After the war, she opened the Office of Missing Soldiers to help organize responses to families. She was also an outspoken suffragist. She's best known for adopting Switzerland's Red Cross to form the first American Red Cross chapter in Dansville, New York in 1881. And I'm Grace Iltunen. I'm from Rochester, New York. I am a fine arts major with a business minor at Alfred University. And one fun fact about me is that I am the captain and co-founder of the AU dressage team.
With the third pick in the 2020 draft, Detroit honors Aretha Franklin. Known as the Queen of Soul, Aretha began her career singing at her church in Detroit. She would go on to release numerous hit songs, including Respect, Chain of Fools, and Think. She used her earnings to support equal rights campaigns, and her songs became women empowerment anthems. She received the Presidential Medal of Freedom and was the first female inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. My name is Emma Seidel, a senior at Wayne State University studying public relations and the founder of Woman Up.
With the fourth pick in the 2020 draft, New York honors Julia de Burgos. Julia was a poet and a freedom fighter whose life began in Puerto Rico, where she fought for her island's independence, and ended in New York City, where her poetry depicted the struggles of the immigrant experience. First published in the 1930s, her poetry is often cited as being a precursor and inspiration to feminist and Latina literature. Her poetry was her life's mantra. I'm life, strength, woman. My name is Elvira Rodriguez. I am an Alfred University alum, and I am from Queens, New York.
With the fifth pick, Miami honors Mary McLeod Bethune. Mary increased access to education for African Americans, leaving a lasting legacy in Florida and beyond. She co-founded the United Negro College Fund and was the founder and president of today's Bethune-Cookman University. She was an advisor to President Roosevelt and formed a coalition of leaders from organizations called the Federal Council of Negro Affairs, which became known today as the Black Cabinet.
With our sixth pick in the 2020 draft, Los Angeles honors Aiko Yoshinaga. In 1942, Aiko was attending high school in Los Angeles when Order 9066 created Japanese internment camps. She was incarcerated and gave birth to her first child at such a camp. Aiko went on to become a key researcher and activist in the passing of the Civil Liberties Act of 1988. This act granted an official apology as well as $20,000 to surviving internees. I am Sasha. I'm from Los Angeles and I study economics at Cal State San Bernardino.
With the seventh pick, the Carolinas honor Nina Simone. Born in North Carolina, Nina was a singer, songwriter, musician, and civil rights activist known for her show-stopping, jaw-dropping piano performances. A Juilliard School of Music graduate, she would produce a wide range of music, including classical, jazz, blues, folk, R&B, gospel, and pop. Her iconic song, To Be Young, Gifted, and Black, written by Weldon Irvin, paid tribute to her late friend, Lorianne Hansberry. My name is Grace Gold. I'm a freshman at Alfred University. I'm studying clinical psychology, and my biggest inspiration in my life is my little sister, Liliana.
With the eighth pick in the 2020 draft, Arizona honors Sandra Day O'Connor. Sandra grew up on a cattle ranch in Duncan, Arizona. She received her law degree from Stanford. She served the state of Arizona as an attorney, state senator, and Superior Court judge. In 1981, Sandra was nominated and appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court as the Associate Justice, a role which she held from 1981 to 2006. Sandra was the first woman to serve on the Supreme Court. My name is Jillian Jones. I'm a junior at the University of Arizona, and I'm studying psychology and counseling.
With the 9th pick, Jacksonville honors Zora Neale Hurston. Zora's childhood home was Eatonville, Florida, one of the first all-Black towns incorporated into the U.S. Her later education as an anthropologist led to a prolific writing career, often credited with preserving the voice and folklore of Southern African American communities. Her 1937 novel, Their Eyes Were Watching God, is considered a classic of the Harlem Renaissance. I'm Maggie. I'm from Bristol, Maine. I'm a senior in the School of Art and Design at Alfred University, and I am a certified rugby coach.
With the 10th pick in the 2020 draft, Cleveland honors Dorothy Dandridge. Born in Cleveland, Dorothy overcame but eventually succumbed to the pressures of a showbiz career. In her short life, Dorothy's talent made her a pioneer African-American woman. First nominated for an Oscar for Best Actress for the film Carmen Jones, first to present an Oscar, first to be featured on the cover of Life magazine, and half of Hollywood's first interracial kiss. My name is Jenna. I'm from Rising Sun, Maryland. I'm a current senior at Alfred University, and I study biology with a chemistry minor.
With the 11th pick in the 2020 draft, New York honors Shirley Chisholm. Born in Brooklyn, Shirley's life was spent as an educator and representative for the people of New York City. In 1968, Shirley became the first Black woman to be elected to the U.S. Congress, representing the 12th District of New York State for 7 terms. In 1972, she became the first Black candidate to run for the Democratic Party nominations. Shirley Chisholm State Park opens in Brooklyn in 2020. I'm also from Brooklyn, New York. I am a senior at Alfred University, and I am the Student Diversity Chair and President of Sister Circle.
With the 12th pick, Las Vegas honors Sarah Winnemucca. Named Thakmansiní by the Paiute Nation, she served as a translator for the white settlers of Nevada and an educator to her people. She witnessed numerous atrocities and was often toured between worlds, touring and speaking to white audiences. She later became a Native American rights activist and author writing Life Among the Paiutes, Their Wrongs and Claims. I'm Joanna from Las Vegas, and I study real estate at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
It's the 13th pick. Indianapolis honors Madam C.J. Walker.
She was the first self-made female billionaire. Madam C.J. Walker made her fortune developing and selling hair care products and cosmetics for Black women. Her manufacturing company started in Indianapolis. As her fortune increased, she became a strong voice in activism and philanthropy. After her move to New York City, she became an influential funder of the arts in the Harlem Renaissance.
I am Isha from Binghamton, New York, and I go to SUNY Broome Community College, where I'm a liberal arts major.
With the 14th pick in the 2020 draft, Tampa honors Mildred Babe Diedrichson. Nicknamed Babe after Babe Ruth due to her athleticism, she became a track and field gold medalist at the 1932 Summer Olympics and an All-American basketball player in college. Her greatest wins came in golf with 41 LPGA Tour wins and 10 championships. In 1949, Babe resided in Tampa and purchased and managed her own golf course until her death in 1956. My name's Miller Kondrak. I'm a senior at New York Maritime College. I study marine transportation, and one fun fact about me is I hold a leadership position for our school's training ship with an all-male crew.
With the 15th pick, Denver honors Molly Brown. Molly and her husband moved to Denver with wealth accumulated from silver and gold mining. With Denver's silver crash depression of 1893, she supported the progressive movement to help those most impacted. Molly was among the passengers of the Titanic shipwreck in 1912, and once on a lifeboat, she fought to return to the wreckage to search for survivors, earning her nickname Unsinkable.
With the 16th pick, Atlanta honors Coretta Scott King. Coretta was a leader and activist in the civil rights movement. She participated in marches, international pilgrimages, and diplomatic relations with world leaders. She fundraised, organized concerts, and rallied voters. After her husband's assassination, she dedicated her time to lead efforts of the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolent Social Change in their home, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Mulan. I'm from Rochester, New York. I study criminal justice and law at Alfred University.
With the 17th pick, Dallas, Texas honors Bessie Coleman. Born in Texas, Bessie Coleman was the first African-American woman to hold a pilot's license in 1921. Since it was not possible at the time for her to receive training in the U.S., Coleman obtained scholarships to receive training in Paris. She became notorious for her dangerous air shows, which she performed throughout Texas and the rest of the U.S. I'm Asia Youngs-Bailey from Houston, Texas, and I study studio art with a concentration in photography, and I also minor in anthropology and art history at the University of North Texas. One fun fact about me, I am the founder and director of the Art Closet.
With the 18th pick, Pittsburgh honors Nellie Bly. Nellie began her reporting career in Pittsburgh, writing about the lives of working women. As a reporter in New York City, she faked insanity to write about conditions in asylums, and her results prompted reform. Her reputation and readership grew as she traveled the world in 72 days in 1890, served as a war correspondent during the Great War, and personally covered the 1913 suffrage parade. I'm Grace Evans, born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm a residential educator at Alfred University, and I study art and design. In the greater Pittsburgh area, I'm a professional photographer, studio assistant, and a lifetime Girl Scout.
With the 19th pick, Chicago honors Jane Addams. Sociologist Jane Addams was called the mother to the nation for her work with the settlement movement, seeking to build communities which supported those in poverty. She co-founded Hull House, which provided childcare, practical and cultural training, education, and other services to the largely immigrant population of Chicago. I'm Natalie. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and I study art and design as well as marketing at Alfred University.
Hi guys, with the 20th pick in the 2020 Women's Empowerment Draft, Los Angeles, they select Inez Milholland, who was a way before her time activist for the disenfranchised and a leader in the women's suffrage movement. She led a parade of 8,000 women down Pennsylvania Avenue on a white horse wearing a cape and a crown. She knew how to get people's attention, which is important when you're trying to get a point across. She believed in women. She fought for women. She ultimately died while fighting for women, becoming a martyr for the women's suffrage movement. And that's how we remember her today. She got stuff done. I'm Lindsay Rhodes. I went to USC a long time ago. That's the University of Southern California, not South Carolina. And I'm currently the host of NFL Total Access on NFL Network. And I'm so glad that you guys invited me to be with you today. You guys are all awesome. This has been so fun learning about all these women.
With the 21st pick in the 2020 draft, Philadelphia honors Alice Paul. Born outside of Philadelphia in Paulsdale, New Jersey, Alice was a bold leader and suffragist fighting for the passing of the 19th Amendment. Trained in England by the suffragettes, she led daring protests, was jailed repeatedly, and engaged in hunger strikes. She spent 50 years as the leader of the National Women's Party and continued advocating for Equal Rights Act.
My name is Sophie. I'm a rising junior at the University of Pittsburgh studying engineering. And one fun fact about me is that I play Ultimate Frisbee.
With the 22nd pick, Buffalo honors Susan B. Anthony. Susan and Frederick Douglass resided in Rochester, New York, and along with Elizabeth Cady Stanton have become icon symbols of the 19th century. Susan's activism, which led her to be arrested for voting in 1872, writings where she co-authored History of Women's Suffrage and the Revolution, and direct leadership of numerous associations and rallies made her the face of the 19th century abolition and suffrage movement. My name is Maria Alawad. I am an Alfred University alumna, And as of right now, I am enjoying some very personal time.
With the 23rd pick, New England honors Helen Keller. An illness at 19 months old left Helen both blind and deaf. Boston's Perkins Institute for the Blind and their alumna, Anne Sullivan, were pivotal resources in Helen's education and her ability to communicate. Helen will become the first deaf and blind person to graduate with a bachelor's degree from Harvard. She would become a famous speaker, author, and advocate for those with disabilities. My name is Abigail Bennett, and I am a rising junior at Binghamton University, majoring in psychology with a concentration in women's gender and sexuality studies. And a fun fact about me is that I am a 2020 Chancellor's Award winner.
With the 24th pick in the 2020 draft, New Orleans honors Mahalia Jackson. Born in New Orleans, Mahalia started her singing at Mount Moriah Baptist Church and eventually became one of the most revered gospel singers in the U.S., recording about 30 albums. Harry Belafonte called her the single most powerful Black woman in the United States. She also sang at the 1963 March on Washington, where she famously requested that Dr. King tell him about the dream, Martin. My name is Kelsey Beckstrom. I am a senior art and design student at Alfred University, minoring in art education. I am from Arkport, New York, and a fun fact about me is that I have designed campaign materials for a 2020 presidential campaign.
With the 25th pick in the 2020 draft, Minnesota honors Judy Garland. Born in Minnesota to a family of vaudeville performers, Judy was always in the spotlight and quickly became a well-known American singer and actress. She is best known for playing Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. She was the first woman to win a Grammy Award for Album of the Year and the first and youngest woman to win the Cecil B. DeMille Award. I'm Amanda. I'm from Syracuse, New York, and I study art at Alfred University.
With the 26th pick in the 2020 draft, Houston honors Selena. Selena Quintanilla was born in Lake Jackson, Texas, and would become known as the Queen of Tejano music, a style which combines Mexican and Texas influences and crosses genres of pop, country, and folk. Her music career transcended boundaries. In her short life, Selena became a hit maker, Grammy winner, fashion producer, and role model for millions. My name is Olivia Aratia. I am from Dallas, Texas, and I study fine art photography with business at Texas Women's University in Denton.
With the 27th pick in the 2020 draft, Seattle honors Janet McLeod. First named Yetzi Blue by the Tulalip tribe, McLeod was a direct descendant of Chief Seattle. McLeod fought state-imposed fishing regulations against indigenous fishing communities. McLeod led fish-ins, protests in the 60s, and continued to spread the message of Native spirituality and human rights. My name is Emily. I'm a rising junior at Alfred University, and I'm studying art and design.
With the 28th pick in the 2020 draft, Baltimore honors Harriet Tubman. Araminta Ross was born into slavery in Maryland in 1822 and escaped to Philadelphia in 1849. She changed her name to Harriet, the name of her mother. She became a vocal abolitionist and political activist known for helping hundreds of slaves to their freedom through the safe houses of the Underground Railroad. During the Civil War, she served as a Union Scout, nurse, and laundress. Let's go, Harriet. My name is Krista Miller, and I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, also known as Ravens Nation. I'm a second-year grad student at Gonzaga University, studying communications and leadership, concentrating in global leadership. A fun fact about me, I attended the third oldest public high school in the nation, Baltimore City College, City Forever.
With the 29th pick, Tennessee honors Dolly Parton. Most notably known for her work in country music, Dolly is a strong businesswoman and humanitarian. Through her Dollywood Foundation, Dolly has contributed to numerous causes, including animal rights, HIV and AIDS, and American Red Cross. She founded Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which provides children with a book each month from birth until kindergarten. I'm Abby Steele from Crossville, Tennessee, and I'm a cadet studying marine transportation at New York Maritime College. learning how to work in a predominantly male maritime industry. I am also a midshipman in the New York City Navy NROTC and served in an apprenticeship under the first female American cruise ship captain.
With the 30th pick in the 2020 draft, Green Bay honors Georgia O'Keeffe. Georgia was born in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, and attended high school in Madison. She decided by 10 that she would be an artist. Georgia would one day become known as Mother of American Modernism, with her paintings of enlarged flowers, New York skyscrapers, and New Mexico landscapes. She would receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom and the National Medal of Arts.
With the 31st pick in the 2020 draft, San Francisco honors Dolores Herta. Raised in Stockton, California's farming community, Dolores was inspired by her mother's generosity to all people. With Cesar Chavez, she would co-fund the United Farm Workers Union and help organize the 1965 strike of 5,000 grape workers. Throughout her life, Dolores negotiated for better contracts, safer working conditions, and unemployment as well as healthcare benefits. I'm Sana from Detroit, Michigan, and I study at Oakland Community College.
With the 32nd pick, Kansas City honors the one and only Amelia Earhart. Raised in Kansas and licensed in California, Amelia was known for her record-setting airplane piloting. In 1932, she became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean and also the first woman to fly across the continental United States. She authored a best-selling book about her travels and started a foundation for other female aviators called the 99s. I'm Jada Patterson from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I study ceramics and art history at the Kansas City Art Institute.